my name is Beth Havoc here for Board Game Geek. I'm sitting down with Benjamin Carignan, and you've brought us Nētā-Tanka.
Yeah,
which one of the first things I said when you brought this over was fantastic cover art. Thematically, where are we?
We try to imagine this tribe that is really in phase with nature, and to the idea of working together to achieve one same goal and to live peacefully, with everybody. So this is the Netatonka is this old and wise chief, and he wants to name his successor. So you have to prove your worth to show that you can handle all the tasks, but also that you are willing to help everybody. So this is a game from Hervé Rigal. He already made the game named Shakespeare in history. This is the game. Obviously it's a worker placement game and resources management. And the way it's played is how can I start? I will start with the points here.
Right.
So this is your main clan, and there are 4 different areas here, and they are dedicated to score points. So you can build tents here. You can erect a totem pole. You can also craft objects, and you can nourish the whole tribe here. All of these require specific resources, so you can use your pelts tokens and wood token here. You can use your wood tokens and magic skull tokens there, your meat and your mushroom, and here the objects, you can craft them with pelts and wood as well. Alright, for this, so how you get all of these resources, so you will use the board for this. And the game is played in a fixed number of turn. So it depends on how many players we are, so it's written there. Let's say it's a 3-player game, so we'll play 7 turns, and at the end it's over. And each turn is like this. First, I will place my nomads in the locations, but with a specific timing. First, I will send one, and then you will send one, and then someone will send one, and then I will send my second one, etc.
Right.
We'll do it one at a time, like this. But we don't do the action right now.
All placement first.
Yes. And then, when we have placed all of our nomads, we will resolve them, but in a different timing. I will resolve all of my nomads of the same color, and then you will resolve yours, etc. And he will resolve his. This is important because some actions are linked together, in the order they have to be triggered. So here, for example, if I want to get meat, I can't get it right away from the general supply. It's the wild, and when you want meat, so someone has to hunt first. So someone first has to go here and hunt an animal. And then later, maybe, someone will use this animal and butcher it to provide meat and pelts to everybody. So he will do this, but then the resources are available for all the players. And then the player who chooses to go there, then he will spend 1 wood token to light the fire and then to roast the meat, and then he gets to take the meat for himself. And different actions are like those. If I want to get wood, then someone has to chop the wood first and go to the forest. And when he does that, he gets a generosity point because he's very generous to the other players. But it doesn't.
Say likewise for hunting.
Yes, but he doesn't actually get anything else. Even if he goes to the forest to chop the wood, he doesn't actually get the wood. Someone can get the wood, in the same turn. So you will help the other players, but actually it's a very competitive game, so we'll try to help them as little as you can, so it benefits for yourself. Alright, so we've got different kind of actions. You've got actions to take the resources for yourself. You've got actions to bring the resources from outside to the board for everybody. And at last, you've got the kind of actions that allows you to use your resources to add them in your, camp and to score the points. So.
And I imagine once everyone has resolved all their workers, that would be the end of a round.
Yeah.
And we already know we have a fixed amount of rounds.
Yeah, so at the end of a round, we take them back, but there a little thing about it. none of them will go back home. Those two here, they talk to the chiefs, you know, this kind of the chiefs, and they send them on a mission. You know, they have to follow the footpath, and then next turn they have to do this action. There's no other choice. And those actions happens to be the one that help the whole tribe. So when you go here, you know, it's kind of a little bit more powerful, but on the other hand, you have to help everybody else during next turn. So to understand the board a little bit better, you can divide it in quarter, and each quarter has its own theme. So this one is more about wood and totem poles. This one is about handicraft. This one is about hunting, and this one is about cooking food. And each quarter have his own chief. The chief gives you a choice when you go to see him. You can either take one wood, and as you can see here, there's this blue hand and the glowing resources. It means that it makes you a gift. You don't take it from there. You exceptionally can get it from the general supply, or you can, you know, build your totem pole. When you build your totem pole, so I can show it to you on your camp here. When you decide to you know, build tents, you will use your tokens and put them like this on your board. Don't move. Like this, and then at the end of the game, the more you have, the more points you score. And for the totem pole, it will be kind of a race to have the highest totem pole. So you can put wood like this, and you can put also magic skulls, and then more wood, etc., etc. And then the higher it is, the farther you go on this track here. So if you have the highest one, then you put to the rightmost and you will score the most point at the end. But if someone manages to be higher than you, then he takes your place and you go backward, etc. So the more you invest, and you know, the more you can have. But if everybody invests there, it's really costful. If no one even tries to build the totem pole, you only need one wood token to have those more score points. So you really have to look at each other to decide what you will do. All right, so this is.
I was going to say, how long do you think a full game is going to take us?
Yeah, it's about 25 minutes per player. So if you're 3 players, it's maybe 1 hour. 4 players, 1 hour and a half. So this is the main mechanics of the game, and we did a Kickstarter campaign for this one, and actually it's allowed to unlock cool stuff like this. So this is an alternative version of the board. Now it's winter, so it's harder. Everything has been mixed up, so you have to rethink all of your patterns. The box also includes a really cool solo mode with lots of different objectives to achieve. And we also did this. At the end of the rule book, we've got these achievements. You're trying to unlock, you know, very specific goals, and when you manage to do it, you can stick a sticker there and show to your friends. So a really rich game, a lot of things to do. You know, 2 sides, different modes, and lots of strategies to learn and to you know, do to score the more points and become the new Nētā-Tanka.
Well, if you guys want to check that out, that is Nētā-Tanka. And Benjamin, thank you so much for giving us a really nice tour, and I'm really excited that to give this one a try.
Okay, thanks.